They can't be this stupid. There is absolutely no way they can be this delusional. How in the hell can you be this blinded by your own entitlement? The dumb divers in the WNBA, they must be surrounded by yes men. Well, Casey, don't you mean yes women? Yes men. Yes, women. Choose your pronoun. It doesn't matter. The players in the WNBA, they must be surrounded by people telling them how great they are. They must be surrounded by people telling them how valuable they are. Basically, the dump divers in the WNBA, they must be surrounded by people who are constantly lying to them. Because I have never seen a group of entitled players overvalue themselves this much financially. I told you this was coming. Matter of fact, I told you last season this was coming. At the beginning of last summer, entitled WNBA players, they were doing what they do best. Were they playing elite level basketball? They were playing pretend basketball, but there wasn't a damn thing about it that was elite. What WNBA players do best, what WNBA players do better than anyone else, it is make unreasonable demands. They were whining and complaining about travel accommodations. The free upgrade from the scooter to the Greyhound, that wasn't enough. The complimentary upgrade from the Greyhound to coach seats by the bathroom, that wasn't enough. WNBA players, they were not demanding first-class accommodations. They were demanding chartered flights, private airfare. The diva of dump divas, Cathy Engelbert, she borrowed some weakness from Adam Silver and she acquiesced to these unreasonable demands. Knowing her beloved dump could not afford it. When the WNBA approved chartered flights, I told you guys that it would not be enough. You see, the thing about entitlement, you can never satisfy the perceived need. Once you give in to entitlement, you are setting yourself up for a lifetime of unreasonable demands. Entitled people, they are experts at recognizing weakness, which is why Adam Silver and Cathy Engelbert are constantly being taken advantage of. When the WNBA approved chartered flights, I told you guys that their next demand, it was going to be focused on their minimum wage salaries. Us normal people, myself included, we tend to look at this situation logically. We look at this invaluable dump filled with unknown players who have failed to generate a single Colombian peso in profit in the last 30 years. We look at this situation and realize WNBA players, they don't have any leverage. Hell, they are lucky they're not having to pay to participate in this league. They are lucky to be receiving their minimum wage salaries. Anytime you're going into negotiations, the side with the most leverage, they usually win. Right now, there are rumors of a potential strike in Major League Baseball. Captain Doofus Rob Manfred, he is claiming that a work stoppage would be great for Major League Baseball. Had one of my longtime viewers reach out to me this week saying that Rob Manfred was actually right. From a financial perspective, baseball has some things to work on, but casual fans, they don't care about that. Casual fans don't know the financials of Major League Baseball. It's all about the optics. The only thing fans care about is the games being played. Baseball players, they have significant leverage going into all-season negotiations. Ratings are the highest they've been in years. Last fall, Major League Baseball broke into the mainstream for the first time this decade. The last thing they need right now is a strike. But with the WNBA, it is the complete opposite. Yet for some reason, Angel Reese just can't seem to figure out that they don't have any leverage because no one gives a shit about the WNBA. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel is in the description below. Tomorrow on the second channel, going to be talking about the cat fight between Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James. Apparently, the object of worship at ESPN, he is mad with Stevie. The spawn of Braun has been heavily criticized this season, and Daddy doesn't like it. LeBron seems to want Bronny James to be able to develop in the NBA without being criticized. I'll break down their cat fight tomorrow on the second channel, so if you haven't already, head over there and subscribe. Last night, Angel Reese had DiJonai Carrington on her podcast. Well, KC, who in the hell is DiJonai Carrington? Is that a new brand of mustard? DJ Carrington was one of many WNBA players last season who was outright jealous of Caitlin Clark. If I remember correctly, I believe DJ was the one who unintentionally, or maybe intentionally, depending on how you look at it, DJ Carrington was responsible for poking Caitlin Clark in the eye. DJ has been in the dump since 2021. She spent 4 years playing for the Female Suns in Connecticut. This coming season, she's going to be playing for the Dallas Wankers. Last night, she was visiting with the self-proclaimed Barbie. For the most part, this was your typical interview between WNBA players. They were whining, they were complaining, they were concerned because the price of eggs is nearly double their hourly wage. I have to work 2 hours to be able to afford eggs. It's not fair. I'm entitled to be paid a living wage. It always confuses me when Angel Reese is complaining about money because Angel Reese, she is fortunate. Bikini Barbie, she is one of the lucky ones. Vast majority of WNBA players, they can't make money off of endorsement deals. And the reason they can't make money is because no one knows who in the hell they are. Kinda hard for Just for Men to give you endorsement money when family members are struggling to recognize you. Makes it even worse when they don't know which pronouns you prefer. Is that my niece or is that my nephew? Several months ago, Angel Reese was complaining about her bills. I can't afford my $8,000 per month apartment. What am I supposed to do? I'm going to get evicted. This is so unfair. Most people in that situation would quit living above their means. Most people would find an apartment they could afford. Not Angel Reese, though. No. It's not her fault that she can't afford her rent. It's not her fault that she hasn't created enough value to increase her earnings. Instead of blaming herself, Angel Reese has decided to blame the WNBA. Last night, Barbie and Ken, they were criticizing the WNBA over their minimum wage salaries. But in the middle of their incessant whining, Angel Reese made a threat that should be cause for celebration for normal people across America. Watch it for yourself.
We deserve more. Everybody.
I agree.
Everybody.
I agree with that.
But we got to face the consequences.
Y'all got to deal with something.
But the women coming in, not this year, but next year.
Yeah.
The ones coming in this year will still be on the rookie contract again. Mm-hmm. The ones the year after, they going to get more. They probably going to be making more than us.
Oh, they are.
I'm hurt.
They are. Yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are.
I need to get in the meetings.
You need to come to the
I
meetings.
got to get in the meetings because I'm hearing they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, we sitting out.
That's a possibility, for real.
Yeah.
What? Excuse me? Come again? Let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. You're telling me you deserve more? Keyword, deserve. I thought that was an interesting choice of words, deserve, because WNBA players, if they were paid based on what they deserve, the league would be sending them an invoice instead of a paycheck. Like I told you guys before, WNBA players, they are going to use the popularity of Caitlin Clark in a desperate attempt to secure more money they haven't earned. Now keep in mind, these are the same players who were jealous of Caitlin Clark and spent the entire season last season ostracizing her. The Dump Divers, They're going to use the WNBA's new TV deal as the reason they should be paid more money. For starters, that television deal, it doesn't belong to the WNBA, it belongs to the NBA. Adam Silver, in his unlimited and unreasonable generosity, he decided to give $200 million a year to the dump. I know that sounds like a lot of money. I know WNBA players are mesmerized by all those zeros. Hell, they are used to seeing 1 0 in their bank account, their balance. But $200 million, that is not a lot of money when you're talking about running a league. And that $200 million, that is in addition to the millions of dollars that the NBA is already giving them to keep this dump from going bankrupt. The WNBA has been in business for, I think it's 30 years now. It is being run by some of the smartest people in the country. Most WNBA teams, they are owned by people who own NBA teams. These people are multi-billionaires. If there is one thing they know how to do, it is make money. But for some reason, in the last 30 years, they have not figured out a way to monetize this turd. And the players benefiting from their charity, instead of appreciating it, they've got the audacity to make demands. They have the audacity to demand more money. They lost $50 million last season, and they're demanding a raise. Someone please make it make sense. Name another industry in the country where you lose millions of dollars and you get a raise. Angel Reese threatened to sit out games if Cathy Engelbert refused to acquiesce to her demands. I hope it comes to that. I hope WNBA players go on strike. I hope they refuse to play. If WNBA players go on strike, if the 2026 season is canceled over a work stoppage or maybe some games this season, I don't think the dump would ever recover, and Uncle Casey's dream would finally come true. The WNBA would no longer exist. The problem is, the vast majority of WNBA players, they can't afford a work stoppage, which is why I keep saying they have no leverage. Even the top earners like Bob Griner or Natasha Cloud, they can't afford to miss a full season's worth of pay. If Cathy Engelbert were forced to run the WNBA like an actual business, she would immediately deny these demands and risk losing the season. But she won't. She's not going to do that. Do I think she'll give players $1 million per year contracts? Probably not. But I do think the WNBA will give significant raises, which means they will also be dealing with significant financial losses. But give me your thoughts on this. Angel Reese threatens to sit out games if she is not given a raise. From what I gathered from that conversation, WNBA players, right now, they are organizing a strike. Me personally, I think it's great. I would love for the WNBA to go on strike. If they do, would the league be able to recover if the 2026 season, or maybe even the 2025 season, if it was canceled over a strike? Would the WNBA be able to recover from that? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.